Zohar family from Kibbutz Nahal. I want to share the story in their memory. Yaniv Zohar and Yasmin Zohar lived in Kibbutz Nahal. Kibbutz Nahal is one of the closest kibbutzim to Gaza. It's less than half a mile from Gaza. Yaniv is a childhood friend, was a childhood friend of Yoni, my brother-in-law, who is the brother of my husband. The night of October 6th, it was a holiday. Ariel Zohar, Yaniv's and Yasmin's son, almost 13 years old, was playing Xbox and video games with all his friends. They played almost all night. They decided, for some reason, that the morning after, they will meet to run at 6:15 a.m., the Saturday of October 2nd. They're not runners, but they decided to run that same morning. The morning of October 7th, Ariel wakes up, but he's the only one. All his friends did not wake up. They were playing all night. He decides still to run by himself. He runs towards the kibbutz's gate. The kibbutz gates are always closed because of the proximity to Gaza. He tries to open the gate from his phone. The gate does not open. He calls his mom, Yasmin, wakes her up, 6:15 a.m., and asks her to please open the gate for him. Yasmin does not succeed to open the gate from the up either. Ariel decides to run inside the kibbutz, a choice that later on will result in saving his life. While Ariel runs at 6:25, the sirens begin. As sirens begin, the rockets come in. As we all know, there's more than 4,000 rockets that were launched towards Israel, especially the southern of Israel on that day. Based on the explosions and the number of rockets, everybody understands that something is going on. It's not ordinary. We call, for them, it's ordinary to get rockets daily. Yasmin, very worried, calls Ilan Fiorentino. Ilan, 38 years old, is the kibbutz head of security. She tells him, Ariel is running outside, please help me getting him into shelter. Ilan goes out, he finds Ariel, and he brings him to his house. He brings him to his house where Ariel, Ilan's wife Sharon, and their 3 daughters get into the safety room. In every house in Israel, since 1992, there's a safety room built with reinforced cement. This is one of the learnings that we had from a war in Iraq. They're all in the safety room, and at 7 a.m., they start to hear explosions, gunshots, screams in Arabic, and they realize something is going on. Ilan instructs Sharon to stay in the safety room, locked with their 3 daughters and Ariel, and goes out with his personal weapon to see what's going on. Ilan finds that there's dozens of terrorists that invaded the kibbutz, and he finds himself hiding alone with dozens, hundreds of terrorists. Ilan gets killed right in the morning. Sharon, the kids, and Ariel don't know that he's outside fighting. In the meantime, the WhatsApp group of the Kibbutz Nahal, is getting filled with text, with horror messages of what's happening. Terrorists have indeed invaded. They're going house by house, killing people, slaughtering people, kidnapping, starting to burn houses, and all the horrors we all heard about. Kibbutz Nahal also is a kibbutz where the terrorists take a 17-year-old kid and ask him to come with them and speak in Hebrew to help them get into the houses by speaking in Hebrew and telling the families that he knows to open the door, and if they will open the door, no harm will happen to them. Well, of course, that didn't happen, and the terrorists, Hamas terrorists, kill also Tomer Arava after they're done opening some of the houses that they were looking for. At the same time, Yaniv, Yasmin, their 2 daughters, Chelet, 20 years old, and Keshet, 18 years old, are in their house in the safety room. Their safety room is Ariel's room. They are in the safety room, locked. At 10:30 a.m., Yasmin texts Ilan, not knowing he's not alive, and tells him, "There are terrorists in my house. We need help." She cries for help. Yaniv texts all his friends and cries for help. Nobody comes, and 10 minutes after, Yasmin texts Ilan and says, "They're gone. The house is quiet. I guess they're gone." At 12:30 p.m., she texts Ilan again. She says, "They're back. They're terrorists in our house. Please, please, send someone. Help us. We are in the safety room. They're inside." Yaniv texts all his friends. He texts his IDF, a special unit friend, begging for help. Nobody is able to come. And the last text from Yaniv was received at 12:34. At 1 p.m., Yaniv, Yasmin, Khaled, and Keshet are found murdered in the bed. Yasmin hugging the two girls, and Yaniv right beside them. All this time, Ariel is sleeping. It's a blessing. He didn't hear anything. He doesn't know what's going on. Ariel, Sharon, and the two daughters are rescued from Kibbutz Nahal Oz that night at 10:30 p.m. They are transported to a kibbutz in the north. Ariel still doesn't know what's happening with his family. People thought that they lost connection. Maybe they're kidnapped. Nobody knows. Only the day after, October 8th, the family will get notified that the four of them were murdered. Ayelet to Ariel's aunt and his grandmother will tell Ariel what happened. Ayelet tells him that his mother and father were murdered. Ariel will ask, "What about Khaled and Keshet? Are they alive?" To that Ayelet will say, "No, the four of them were murdered. Your grandfather, the father of Yasmin, Chaim Livne, 87 years old, was murdered that day also. And your beloved dog Habibi was murdered that day also." In one moment, Ariel lost 3 generations: his parents, his sister, and his grandfather. The only request that Ariel does to the IDF troops and to Zaka volunteers is to rescue that tefillin from their house. That tefillin that was his father's, that was given to him by his father, Ariel's grandfather, who is a Holocaust survivor himself that lost his family already once. With a heavy heart, I asked Ayelet for permission to share the story of what happened that day. Ayelet and Tomer adopted Ariel into their family. They have 3 grown-up kids of their own. Ariel celebrated his bar mitzvah after October 7, and he used the tefillin that was rescued from the house. Her wish is that their memories will live on, and her only request from me is to tell you a little bit about each of them. And this is what she wrote. Yaniv. Yaniv was 54, he was the oldest of 4, and had 3 sisters. He served in the Nahal Parachute Corps with friends. After his service, Yaniv traveled in the Far East in the United States. And upon returning to Israel, he enrolled in film studies at Sapir College. There, through the kibbutz community, he met his beloved Yasmin, who later became his wife. Yaniv worked as a video photographer and was employed by various organizations, including the AP News Agency, Channel 13's News, and Israel Hayom. He was a highly respected photographer in the industry, and despite the fierce competition, his friends say he was always ready to help others with a big smile. Yasmin was 49 years old. Her parents were among the first settlers of Kibbutz Nahal Oz. She has 2 older brothers and a younger sister. Yasmin was born and raised in Nahal Oz, where she attended Shah Negev School, participating in the orchestra and playing the drums. She was a leader in the working and learning youth movement, and before her military service, she did a year of service as a teacher in Jerusalem. In the Army, Yasmin was a soldier teacher. After her service, she traveled to South America, where she also visited her family in Argentina. Yasmin completed her bachelor's degree in tourism in the Ben Gurion University and later graduated with honors with a master's degree in education from the same university. She was in the process of writing her thesis toward doctorate. Keshet, the eldest daughter of the family. Keshet studied at Chalmers High School during her teenage years. After finishing her studies, she continued her education in cooking and hospitality at the McKeith Old Henry Ronson. Keshet planned to start national service next year. Keshet was a special child, with one of the highest emotional intelligences in people, and a heart so big that it had a room for everyone in her life. Keshet had a special fondness for animals. She was always surrounded by them, especially loving Habibi, the family dog. Chelet studied at Shara Negev High School, where she graduated with distinction. Chelet was a graduate of the Working and Learning Youth Program. After finishing her studies, she decided to postpone her military service in order to volunteer and do a year of service for the community. In September 2023, she began her year of service at the Revedim Boarding School, an institution for boys with mental challenges in Jerusalem. Chelet wanted to contribute to the community and give of herself in addition to the military service. Her friends described her as a child full of light, an angel in human form, always there for anyone who needed her and knowing exactly what to say. That is what was a girl full of grace, beautiful, cheerful, and kind-hearted. Oh my God. Our beloved family, the void you left in our hearts upon your departure is immense. But we promise to fill it with your light and with the smiles of all of you, which was the prayer. We will forever commemorate you and work to preserve the legacy you built and brought to the world. Rest in peace, our beloved ones. And the song of the Zohar will resonate forever. Deep in my heart, her voice echoes, and within the depths of my eyes, I have preserved her likeness. I would like to ask Ari Friedman and Kara Friedman, founders of Braces for Israel, with me on stage, to join me in lighting the fourth candle in memory of all who have died since the beginning of Israel.